It's all around the world.
We're good to go. We're good to go. Welcome back to the Who's the Boss cast, and this is episode 2 officially. And
yes, sir.
I'm so glad you guys have enjoyed the last 2 episodes. All the feedback has been amazing, and I hope you also enjoyed that intro. That was us touring to Popcultcha to buy some stuff for the studio.
It was a very good day. Chucky had fun.
Chucky did have fun.
We bought a couple things, including our special guest today. Oh, relax.
Don't touch it. You're about to drop it.
I patted it. Special guest Deadpool today. Yeah. That was one of the things we got.
So, yeah, Mo had more important obligations. He had to go buy donuts for his house.
Nah, he's all right. He's all right.
So we replaced him with Wade. So
yes, sir. But yeah, look how sexy he is.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went to Popcultcha, and where is it? In Geelong?
Geelong, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're ever looking for, statues, collectibles, and all that sort of stuff, I'm just going to give them a shout out because that's the go-to place we go to.
Shout out Popcultcha, yeah. We go
every
at least
month.
Once a month, yeah.
Because we used to go every week, but we were wasting a lot of money. So now we go every month, and we start expanding our collection. Hopefully we can show you some of the stuff. We're not going to show them on the podcast because that will take forever, but highlights of the stuff
we'll do a little tour of the office if you want. Yeah, with all the stuff.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, and
when they're all set up.
Yeah,
when they're all set up.
And shout out to the staff that looked after us. They always get excited. They know we're gonna. Every time we enter,
I don't know. Are they excited or they hate us?
I don't know. 50-50. 50-50.
They're packing boxes for like half an hour. It's like
I don't know. Maybe they seem friendly enough. Yeah, so let's shout out to them as well.
I appreciate them. That's like we should definitely do something with them for this. Podcast as well. We can talk to them.
We'll do something.
I'm saying this now. If you guys want to collaborate on something, we can talk. So
let's do that.
Yeah.
So. What else did we do that day? Then we ate. Then came back. It was a good day.
Yeah, we still haven't unboxed everything. Everything's still.
There's too many boxes to be honest.
I think we only unpacked him.
Yeah.
Because
no, you did the
Solid Snake.
Metal Gear Solid stuff.
Yeah. So the Solid Snake statues.
And then we watched the movie. What was the movie called again? Forgot. Time travel movie.
I forgot which one it was.
I forgot what it was too. If we remember it during the thing, we'll say it. But it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was too confusing.
It was too intelligent for me, but I sort of understood it, sort of not. I don't know if Shady understood it.
Did you?
I'm not.
Did you enjoy it, Shady?
50-50.
He's
doing one of those ones.
He's doing the 50-50.
But did you not enjoy it because you didn't understand it, or?
I feel like I was just wanting to relax and not listen, watch a very complicated.
Yeah, fair enough. We didn't.
It's like too much thinking.
Yeah, it was a bit of much thinking, and it was pretty late. So
Sol was just looking at everyone like,
yeah, I know.
Please love it.
Yeah, no, Sol was staring at me. I could hear him whispering, "He doesn't get it. Yeah. He doesn't get it." He's laughing at me, but it's not easy to understand, to be honest. That type of movie.
Yeah.
Or am I just dumb?
Well,
surely not.
A lot of time travel movies are like pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that one was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. My favorite one is probably Predestination.
You're not going to like what I say.
You don't like Predestination?
Never seen.
Do you know anything?
Wait, I watched Looper. I've watched that. Is that time travel?
That is basically time travel.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. That was a long time ago.
You've watched About Time, right?
About Time. Yeah, that's probably my favorite time travel movie out of all of them.
Top tier.
Yeah,
that's top tier time travel.
That's my favorite out of all.
Rachel McAdams makes time travel movies.
She makes any movie.
Perfect.
Any movie.
Just letting you know, the film is called Primer.
That's what it was. I was gonna say something, but it was like I didn't want to mistitle it. But yeah, Primer is I've watched it twice and I still didn't get the name. But it is a confusing. It's like the thing is about that movie. It's very in depth and everything. It's very smart how they did time travel, but it's just for a lot of people, it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
And people just want like action or something.
Like it started like instantly. Like as soon as the movie started, like everything started like straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like not really an introduction. It just happened. So you just have to understand right from the get go what's going on.
Not really. That's not a movie where you can understand straight from the get. That's
no,
why.
as in like everything was happening right at the beginning. Like it started off everything straight away.
It's kind of like the movie breaks it down backwards what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why it was confusing.
For some reason I was thinking Prima and I'm like, I know that doesn't sound right. The juice boxes for anyone knows Prima.
Yeah, but it's like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you guys that view the podcast and have watched this movie. I would like to personally know what you guys think of it. I enjoy the movie. I like it because it's a different take on time travel, where it's called kind of like a more grittier, I can't say real, but more of an interpretation that you would think that's what will happen if you accomplish time travel.
Yeah, wasn't it? So I was saying it's like the most realistic way if it was to happen.
You can't really. If there was, it's like you can say that's the most. I find it the most grittiest way, but it's like, I would like to know what other people think. People will say time travel movies are overplayed, but we need more. That's my favorite genre, and it's actually my favorite thing to talk about. And when we have more guests and we have more people on this podcast where we can have a debate about time travel, where it's an entertaining fight, we'll start doing that. I kind of don't want to fight with Little D here, so.
Let's talk. I want to talk. I don't know who these people were on your table, by the way, but yesterday that Little D thing, we were at a wedding, and these people that were there had watched the podcast, and they're like, "Oh, I want to talk to him and introduce. I want to say to him, Little D, we saw you, we watched your video." I didn't even go off to them. So
that's
no shout out to you.
That was my whole plan. My whole plan is to make that catch on. No. I want you to get famous.
I don't want that. Why?
I want you to get famous for that name, and I want you to be that. That's all.
You guys are bullies.
So that way they can call, that way they can call your dad Abu Little D. we'll get there.
What's my dad got to do with that?
Shout out to Jalal.
Shout out to Jalal. Yes, shout out to Jalal. He was a bit upset because last episode I did shout out mums and love all the mums.
Shout out to Jalal, especially me missing his phone calls. I'm sorry.
I told him about the phone call. He felt really bad. If that makes you feel better. Yeah, and I know he'll be watching this. He watches every week.
Who answers phone calls these days? No one answers phone calls. That's not a thing. It's like it doesn't happen.
It depends if you feel like
Stop living in the past, man.
Stop living in the past. Even Shadi's the worst with answering phone calls. I'm calling you out right now. I don't even care. He never answers his phone. Sorry, I was busy.
Dude, he doesn't like. He does sometimes reply, but then he'll say like, "Oh, I was busy. Oh, my phone was charging." But I don't believe him.
I don't believe him either. He just hates me.
It's like, this is the thing. It's like, you need him for something. It's like, doesn't exist.
But yeah, shout out to my dad. He got a bit upset because I was showing love to the mums. He's like, "What about me? Am I not your parent as well?" I'm like, "Sorry, all right, I got you next time." And there you go. There's your shout out.
That will cover him for about a month.
Yeah,
that's all right.
That's true. Also, we can discuss The Last of Us as well. The second episode. That was very good.
That was amazing. Amazing
episode. It's getting better and better the more I watch it. Again, very similar to the game, and I think the new one comes out today as well. Very excited.
I think it's available today.
I saw a couple of people leaving. Tonight. Yeah. I saw a couple of people on Instagram leaving reviews. I closed it straight away because I didn't want to read nothing. But yeah, it's a phenomenal show so far.
Yeah, they introduced Ron Swanson in the episode today, so I can't wait.
Oh, I thought you were memeing. I didn't know that was. I thought you were just.
He's actually in the show. Oh. So I just made him like Ron Swanson.
I didn't know because you've done some Ron Swanson posts before, and it would be like a meme for like a certain character. I thought you were just trolling. I didn't know he's actually in it. There you go. That makes me more excited for the episode. There you go.
Yeah, so
shout out Ron Swanson, the best. Parks and Rec.
I can't wait.
The king.
I'm just hoping the show just keeps killing it every episode because that's what they're doing. Usually shows kind of like stagnate.
Yeah.
Later on, but hopefully this is like goes all the way.
I don't know if I sent it to you, but I saw a video.
The side by side.
The side by side. You saw how accurate it was. Like they're very good with it. I think that's why people enjoy it a lot because it's very similar to the game.
Yeah. I'm just inspired every week by it. So I'm just, as you can see, I've created like posters for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
very good post.
It's just fun, like to create stuff about it.
it's a very good show, to be honest.
Yeah.
The casting is perfect. The scenery is perfect. The clickers were amazing. I can't even. The clickers were absolutely perfect because me and Shady have played the game, and when they were talking about, I don't know, in the episode, spoiler alert, but he was like, they can. I think Pedro was his name.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's like, they can't see, but they can hear.
Yeah.
And then Shady looked at me with this smile because he knew what we were discussing with the clickers. But yeah, they killed it with the clickers and everything.
And also that
really
that kiss that make you feel some type of way.
Ugh, oh, that was like
You're jealous.
That was the put off of the. If anything, I didn't enjoy it, but I read comments later what he meant, and I understood that like what it was.
Yeah.
But
it's called love, bro. It's called love. That's what it is. That's what it
apparently
is.
it was like they were trying to.
This guy's fighting love. Everyone
It's
needs
like-
love, man.
It's like I think it was speeding up the process of the infection or something by doing that.
Nah, it's just
It's not love, bro.
just
He
love,
just
bro.
met her. This
yeah.
guy.
he just met her.
In the scene he did. In the scene he did.
That's what he came up with. He just met her.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna fall in love right on the spot, bro.
Yeah, it hasn't happened.
Oh, maybe she was different. She
Yeah.
wasn't like the infected at
She
the
wasn't,
time.
man.
Maybe. You know what? Yeah, maybe you're right.
She was prettier than the ones around, you know. Just saying.
Fair enough. He likes a different taste.
Yeah. Well, now we'll see what this episode's about. So
I
hopefully,
can't wait. Right after this, probably we'll watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, we should do like a live reaction to
We
it.
could.
But we always watch it like hours after the other people.
Usually, but we could do that.
HBO, man, it's like
They're just very.
they don't know
good.
how to make bad. I don't want to say this. I was
We're doing the-
gonna say they don't know how to make bad shows,
And then everyone in
like,
the comments are gonna be like,
Nah,
"Yes, they
every-
do.
nah,
This is trash." This is.
they're gonna give me a whole list of stuff.
I don't know a lot about their show. I think Game of Thrones was HBO. That was going very
Yeah.
well until the last season. We do not discuss the last season, but yeah, with Game of Thrones, it was going perfect until that last season, which is fair. I feel like they're very good at what they do. They've definitely. I don't know if Game of Thrones was the last thing they've done since this one.
I can't remember. But the thing is with HBO is like you always when they release like they're gonna release something, you always have high expectations that they're gonna do something good. That's why I wanted like I mentioned on Twitter that I would love for them to have done Resident Evil.
Yeah.
To see how it would have went.
Even the actual intro for the thing as well is perfect. They
Like
do
the-
their intros so
Like
perfectly.
the Netflix Resident Evil.
Which one
It's
was
like
that?
the Resident Evil that came out on Netflix.
Is that the one we watched recently?
Yeah,
The
that
one with like the 3-minute time skips?
that one.
Oh,
That's like-
I don't want to talk about that movie, to be honest.
That
was not great.
I couldn't even connect that show to Resident Evil.
I just don't understand. They had like 5 3-minute time skips. It was not necessary.
It was so disappointing to me. It's like I couldn't. Like, do you know when you want something to be good so bad, and it just
It's just
isn't?
not. I know, and you love Resident Evil, so you really
That's the
you
problem.
have a
With,
passion about
that's the
it.
problem with all Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Every movie that's came out, every show that's came out. The only Resident Evil that I like is the animated 3D ones, the CGI ones. You doubt it. You've watched them because you haven't watched anything.
Is that the one with the umbrella as the front cover of the movies? This one's with the. Was that even Resident Evil? It's like is it a black and white umbrella?
Umbrellas with every one of them.
I don't know. Maybe I remember like some logo with something about it. Umbrellas. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Umbrella Corporation. That's like
okay.
the main villains.
Okay, then my bad. I'm not
in Resident Evil.
I don't know much about it. I know you're a big fan of it. But
Yeah, so it's like extremely disappointing when that keeps coming out. And apparently there was like a Devil May Cry series coming out, or
really?
that's what I heard. Like there was a rumor, but it's like nothing happened. And also,
don't
what
know.
happened to Metal Gear Solid? Is that movie still happening with
Is the
Oscar
date-
Isaac?
I haven't heard anything about it, to be honest.
They not confirmed it, but they confirmed the casting like a few years back. But nothing happened. Like, I don't know what's happening with that movie. Is it still coming out? What's going to happen?
I haven't heard nothing about it, to be honest. I didn't even know they were making a movie for it. I played it once as well. It was fun, but I can't even remember.
You played part 4.
Is that the one you made me play?
I didn't make you play. You just took
No,
over.
as in like you said,
You
play
played
this
over
one.
you played over my saved game. It's
Oh,
like
sorry.
not really like.
But it's hard. Like I was struggling because I've never played a stealth game like that before. It was just weird.
Metal
But
Gear
it was fun. It was definitely fun.
A lot of people say they like part 3 the most, but for me it's part 2, Sons of Liberty, That's the best one for me. We got introduced to Raiden, like got a snake back. It's just also you can kill seagulls.
He's such a cool looking character, though, to be honest. They created him so well. He looks so badass.
Hideo Kojima knows how to make characters, man.
Yeah.
Like with everything he does, it's like I admire the guy.
Yeah, good on him.
Borderline love the guy.
We love you. We love you. Shout out to you. What was his name?
Hideo Kojima.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, to be honest, but shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
It's worse if I shout him out and butcher his name at the same time. It's just better.
They expect it from you, so.
Or do you want me to try butcher his name?
No, don't.
Okay,
don't,
there you go.
Don't do.
Okay, so shout out to him. Yes.
And also, like, speaking of gaming, it's like I just recently got the Steam Deck. I think people have been seeing.
So fun.
People have been seeing me post on socials what I've been playing, and my brother put me Def Jam on it. I'm pretty sure it's like there's no Def Jam on Steam Deck, but somehow he got it on there.
Yeah.
And it's like I've been just playing it all out. Def Jam needs to be a thing again. Seriously, I don't know what's happening with Def Jam Corporation and licensing artists to fight or anything, but if Def Jam can't do it, like whoever has the license to the game, you can legit create a Def Jam game. I know what made its appeal was the rappers, but you can create a game like this. You can create artificial rappers, like made up characters that are rappers in the game, and bring that game back. Because the fun side of that game, the awesome side of the game, wasn't only the rappers, it was how it plays.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was amazing. The fast-paced action, the crazy customizations, which for back then it was crazy. Now it's like it's okay, but it's like if we can bring that back, like a new Def Jam, like it doesn't even have to be called Def Jam, just like an iteration of that. We're missing that these days, and I could see the nostalgia every time I post about this game. Everyone's like, bring it back a remix, bring back a HD 4K version of this.
Yeah, they can do that. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Just bring it back. It's
just
so,
a remaster.
I hate the fact that licensing issues is like stop.
There's so many of those games. Like I was playing on that as well, the Need for Speed Underground. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted a Need for Speed Underground remake as well, like a remaster.
The problem is Need for Speed is still going. You can't bring back.
Nothing ever compares to that one specifically. Underground was just hit different.
Have you played the new one yet? It looks pretty good.
Heat?
I don't know.
That was a new West.
Is Heat the new one?
Unbound? Or
there's a new one now.
The one with the cartoonish effects.
Yeah, that one.
I heard 50-50.
It looks good.
I heard it's exactly the same game, just with cartoon effects. So it's not worth spending I don't know how much I was selling it for, $90 for it. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, nothing compares to like as you said, Underground was
top tier.
Underground 2 was good.
Yeah.
The thing is, but
all of them. Yeah.
I think Midnight Club Dub Edition. That was the game.
I think I played Midnight Club
that was
a long time
so
ago.
good.
I can't remember it.
That was so good. Which version was it when you started having like the bomb? Like, when you click it and you kind of like, it has like a sonic boom, like it boosts the people around you, it makes them go away from you. I think that was part 3. Anyway, then they had the nitrous boosters and they had the like crazy ramps where you flip like and jump so far. That's the type of games that like I can't play like simulation car games.
Yeah.
I need to play the weird like defy physics car games like Burnout.
Oh, Burnout Paradise?
Yeah, Burnout.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Where you have to crash. That's the concept of the game. Like, do the most damage. It's like
you like games that have a fun aspect to it, not all just like racing and
like, just like chaos.
You wouldn't enjoy Forza.
No, I don't enjoy those.
Yeah.
Those sort of games like I love how they look visually, Forza and Gran Turismo and all that sort of stuff, but I can't play them because it's just not fun to me. Like, I would play those games and legit I would drive in the other direction to make the guy in first place come last. By smashing.
That game is more, I think, therapeutic, because like I see people that have their steering wheel and
people
their gear shifters, and they're just enjoying driving around.
They're like not only enthusiasts, the people that love driving games in general are more likely to play Gran Turismo and Forza, especially if they got the steering wheels and stuff, and they're just like it's real driving to them, especially if they got the driving simulator.
Yeah.
Nah, I get it.
That's what I'm saying. It's very therapeutic. What else? What else did we play on the Steam Decks? I'm trying to think.
Steam Deck. Basically, I got all the old games. Like I got myself Psyops. Like Psyops is one of my favorite games from the past, and I can't wait to bring that up. Like play. Like once we go to Sydney, I'm gonna play that in the car. Also got Siphon Filter. I got Metal Gear Solid 2. I got the whole Metal Slug collection, and I also got Worms, but.
I was just thinking, as soon as you said Metal Slug, I was thinking Worms for some reason. It just came in my head.
I also got Worms, but I want
Worms is so fun.
I want you to get it. I want Shady to get it. I want Soul to get it.
Worms is so fun.
So we can play it all together. That game's like that game's
good. I think I used to play with Shady when we were younger. Do you remember Worms? Oh man,
it's so fun.
That was fun as hell. So like the 3D Worms, not like the
not the free ones. I like. I still like the cell shaded flat.
I don't
2D.
think I ever played the flat 2D. You've
never played the 2D.
We played the 3D moving around environment type thing.
It sucks, man.
That was fun. It was good though. I'm not gonna lie.
It was fun.
For its time, it was very fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was different.
Yeah, but this is not promoting Steam Deck or anything, but it's like I've been off gaming for a while, like excluding fighting games, but just to have fun again, it's like the Steam Deck has kind of sparked that up for me. It's like I play like the refresh rate and the speed that plays it at. It's like it's amazing. It's like I didn't think I was ever gonna play Def Jam again, and I clocked it yesterday in one day.
Yeah, in one day he played it all day. I'm trying to talk to him, and he's saying, "What do you want?" I'm focusing. Leave me alone. I'm like,
he was about to get fired yesterday. He wouldn't shut up. I
was trying to talk to him. He was just in the zone. I'm like, you know what? I'll let him be. I haven't seen him in the zone like that in a long time, so it was good to see.
But
all I see is someone jumping in the air and just.
It's like there's a bunch of collection of games, and I also downloaded. I haven't played it yet, but the new remake, the new remastered Dead Space. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to play it on the way to Sydney.
I never played Dead Space, but I heard good things. Horror game, yeah? Horror.
Yeah, you played Callisto Protocol, right?
Somewhat.
It's kind of the same feeling.
Like gory and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. We'll try it. We got it on the PS.
Yeah, we got it. I think you started playing it right yesterday, Shady.
Did you play it yesterday?
Yeah,
you didn't tell me.
He started playing it.
I would have watched you play it. You didn't tell me.
I played it like 2 days ago, just for a little bit.
Did you like it? Like
it was cool. It was actually I don't play games like that often, but I like the look and the feel of it. It was really nice.
Yeah. The remaster looks pretty good, and apparently this like you guys haven't played it, but this game has a different ending, so I'm eager to see what that is. Yeah. Apparently, it fills in some plot holes. So.
Did you play the original one and finish it?
We did. Me and Ali did. Yeah. So. Hopefully.
We'll try it. And I need to still finish Callisto as well. I never finished it.
You haven't finished any game. Have you even finished Elden Ring? Okay.
To be fair, Elden Ring's just long.
Yeah.
But it's a very good game. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But yeah, it's just too long.
That's wrong with this generation. No one finishes games.
It's too long. And I'm working. Like, I can't just keep playing. Like, I don't know. These days, I can't sit on a game for too long. Or I'll get too addicted.
Just finish it.
No, it's too long to finish. And to really finish it is exploring the whole thing. You can't just do the storyline.
I guess.
And if you want to do the storyline, you have to search where to go. That game, you have to just travel and see where to go. Like, you just see where the road takes you. Whether it's storyline or not, you just do it anyway.
Everyone I know has clocked it except you. Yeah.
Oh, Shady hasn't clocked it, so yeah, the boy Shady.
But he's not even playing at all.
Team Elden! No, he did play it. Well, to be honest, I'll be honest, I told Shady this the other day. Me and him were playing on the same console. So when I was playing Elden Ring, and then I get off and then he's playing, and I wake up in the mornings, or like he wakes up a bit earlier than me, and I check he's ahead of me. I'm like, this is not worth it anymore. I've seen everything. I just gave up. I don't know.
But if that's your mentality, then like YouTube would ruin every game for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was on Twitter, and it's like everyone would post up the final bosses. So
Yeah, that's how I found out about all the bosses from the game, just online.
Yeah, get off online then.
Yeah.
Just play the damn game.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I should have. Next one. Hopefully, or if there's a DLC.
Again, about the Steam Deck, I'll be taking it to Sydney with me, and that's for the Ant-Man premiere.
Which is this Wednesday we leave.
This
officially.
Wednesday we leave in the AM, so we can drive all the way to Sydney.
Yeah.
It's like a 7-hour drive. And from then, like, it's the next day, yeah? The next day is the premiere.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday's the
And
premiere.
then we most likely come back Friday.
Yeah, Friday,
just a
Friday
3-day
or
trip.
Saturday. Friday or Saturday.
We'll try to vlog everything.
Yeah.
Try to get some funny moments, hopefully, some cool moments.
I doubt it we're going to see, like, physically see Paul Rudd, but hopefully I can say hello to him.
Hopefully we can even record in there. I'm not too sure how.
No, we'll be
everything is.
we'll be able to record up to the point of the movie.
Yeah.
Like where you go in.
Yeah.
So that's the only place where you can't.
But hopefully we do see him. That'll be cool. I've never
Oh, you will see him.
celebrity.
We'll see him. Like they'll be doing Q&A before the movie starts.
Yeah, and we'll just watch from a distance.
Yep.
And admire how beautiful they look.
Smile and wave.
Smile and wave,
Smile and
boys.
wave,
Smile
boys.
and wave.
Smile and wave.
Man, hopefully the other Steam Decks come before we go.
Yeah.
So we can all just like chill in the car and play Worms.
While
I'm down for
we're on that topic, for next week's episode, we might be just a bit delayed because of, especially for this, we have extra footage for the event. The stuff we do in Sydney. Maybe hopefully have a guest as well. So we might be like what do you reckon, Shady? A day or two late, maybe?
Probably like a day or two late as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Even this one, sorry in advance, it might come out a bit later than usual as well.
Yeah.
Because we've also changed around our schedule.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things happening in the background where we're changing the schedule so it can be properly set, so we can, like, so guests can come over properly, and we can have a structure of every time we do it at this time.
Yeah.
Not only that, the setup you see right now is all well and good, but we want to go for the booth setup.
Yeah.
So that way it's kind of more intimate.
Like a diner booth, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of more intimate and more a structured conversation where we can get better angles, better lighting, and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully that works out well. That way I'll be closer to Daniel. So, I can see his eyes and stuff. Yeah.
That's cute.
No,
that's not cute. Oh, sorry.
it's beautiful. It's not cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, hopefully we can set that up, set up the time structure, and moving forward we can do more things that you guys can be proud of.
Hopefully, yeah. Actually, do you want to do the questions segment?
Oh yeah, so since we asked for your feedback and you guys show so much love, we opened up a Ask Boss Everything.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
so. You guys
something
can
like
ask anything you want, and we opened the floor up, and we got questions from you guys. So
Shady's just
Shady's
gonna
look through them and
pick which
ask
ones he
us
likes.
these questions, which will come up here, right?
It should. I'll put them up on screen. Give everyone a little shout out. Sorry in advance if I do mess up any names or anything, but I will do my best. And hopefully we'll be able to get through all of you guys. If not, we'll continue this segment every week. Is that the plan?
Every week. Yeah.
We'll do this segment every week,
or two.
and for this one, for this special one, not that it's more special than the other ones, but if there's a question that needs can dive into something else, further explanation and stuff, I'll probably go through it and talk about it more, and I guess we can cover less questions if we do that, but I think it's more in depth.
Yeah.
So we can.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about it more. So giving more information about the one.
The point is, I just want to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Just trying to
open up conversation, open up things. Open up. What do you mean open up things?
Just questions in general you guys want to hear. Maybe you're watching the podcast hopefully he
the thing is we're still learning. We're still learning every week by week, and the fact that I've been getting DMs that you guys are watching this religiously, and it's
amazing. Honestly.
You wake up and you watch
thing.
this, and you don't watch many podcasts, and you watch this one. It's that's crazy to me, because I still feel we're really rusty, and we're working on it every week. We go into I'm just gonna say it. We go into panic mode like 2 days
we
before
do.
this,
We honestly do.
thinking about what we're going to talk about. And the thing is, we always have something to talk about. We're always talking. We're always doing new things. But to structure it as a podcast, that's where it gets hard, especially from people that like. I'm not talking about him, but me. I'm always constantly fighting with anxiety, and it's like to be in front of the camera and talk to you guys is like already a struggle. But you guys make it easier.
Yeah.
And it gets easier every week.
Yeah, because you guys leave the nicest things, and you guys, a couple of you guys tagged me and like shouting out the podcast is really enjoyable. Loved watching it. Just that's what drives us to do it more and more, and the stress becomes less and less because you guys are actually enjoying it. That's what we want. We want you guys to enjoy it, even though it is a bit stressful. It is a bit hard sometimes because it's like we're just not used to this environment. It's good to see that you guys are actually enjoying it. So,
for me, when I say thank you in regards to the podcast from everyone from the podcast, but I also say thank you personally from me because this has helped me talk and speak up. And as I told you about public speaking last time, I suck at it. This is literally helping me out. So thank you again.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Also, you say you're not used to this. I seen you at parties, man. Like
that's okay. You
go off like
parties are different.
How is it different?
It's strange. I don't know how to explain it. It's strange.
There's
be honest,
hundreds of people watching you make it.
At parties, I don't even see the cameras. If I'm being honest, I don't see the cameras. I just do my thing.
He just does
this one. Like I see you in the corner of my eye. I see a camera here, camera here, camera here, camera here. So it's different.
I analyze like at parties or anything. I analyze where every camera is.
Yeah.
It's like stay out of viewpoint of anything. It's like just like I want to be here. I don't want anyone talking to me. That's it.
Yeah,
I'll wait till this party finishes and I'll leave.
I love cameras on me, but I don't like seeing the cameras on me, if that makes sense.
What, do you close your eyes just dancing?
No, as in like at the weddings, for example, someone would be recording behin my back. Like I have my back to them or something. Yeah. If I see the camera, obviously, like I'll give him a good shimmy, but it's like just dancing, you know. But I'll probably be awkward, but it's whatever. Parties are different.
If you guys see him at parties, do approach him. He is single.
Oh my god! Don't advertise me.
I am gonna advertise you.
No. But yes,
little D.
No, okay. That's what throws them off even approaching me anymore.
Why not?
It's alright. Oh my god.
People have been asking for merch though. Little D merch when you're releasing it. I'll design them for you.
Don't do it.
I'll design.
I don't want to.
I got a few concepts.
If you want to make it.
We'll make merch.
It's up to you. Surely no one buys that merch though.
100%.
Little D. No one's gonna wear that. There's no way.
100% they'll buy.
I mean, we've talked about merch beforehand, just because it's like, it's fun and just something to give, I guess, to the fans, and they've been asking about it a lot. I feel like they would definitely get Little D shirts.
Why? Who's gonna wear that?
Bro, I would buy,
especially like, Kodes
that shirt to represent him. who wouldn't represent him?
Let us know down in the comments if you want Little D merch.
If you want Little D merch, say it in the comments and we'll make it happen. And Jalal is going to get the first shirt, 100%.
How did it get to this? My dad would actually wear it. Oh,
of course he would.
He would, yeah. Of course he would. He would laugh at me to my family. I can see it already.
If you guys want to know where this came from, he had at school, you know how you get those custom jerseys that you get? Custom jackets? Custom jackets at school. His one, he thought it would be funny to put Big D at the back of it.
It was Big Daniel.
No, it was just Big D.
Yeah, but it was meant to be Big Daniel.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is why you're Little D from now on.
Okay.
You were walking around school with that.
It was just funny at the time when it was Big Daniel.
You still got that jacket?
Yeah, I think I do at home.
They
actually gave me 2 different ones.
Once you get famous, you do signature, just give it away on the street.
I have 2 of them.
Because it's not legit.
One of them's with my cousin. My cousin took the other one. Oh no! I just realized what you said. No, it's both. They were both the same thing anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Both of them were Big D. But oh god! Anyway, Shady, go on with the questions, please. I'm getting bullied here.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. So I'll start it off with a question from Chuck Load of Comics. He asks, would you come to the States this year and do your podcast live on stage at a fan expo?
I was actually thinking about this, and I think I mentioned it to you guys when what we're talking about. Did I mention it to you, Shady?
I think you
did.
mentioned
Yes,
it
you
to
did.
me as well, yeah.
I did. So basically, if I'm in the States this year, if, God willing, I end up going there, because there's a lot of stuff happening this year, but I would love to do that, especially because it's a two-way challenge. It's the podcast and it's
The
public
anxiety and all
speaking
that,
on
yeah.
a stage. And yeah, I would love to do it.
That's scary, man.
So I'll let you know very soon if I'm going to be in the States, and if I am, we can lock that in. If you're willing to help, especially.
yeah,
So,
that'll be sick.
That's awesome. Okay, next question from Hattie Passett. Would you ever consider doing your own small event in Melbourne?
I've always wanted to, but when you say event, what do you mean? Do you mean like a?
I think more so like...
Is it a meet and greet?
Maybe a meet and greet, yeah. You could do
maybe
it.
a live podcasting yourself.
Yeah. Again,
like those.
yeah.
I think the more traction and the more exposure this podcast gets, I think we can do like a fan meetup. That
Yeah,
way
we
we
can
can
do that, yeah.
talk to fans, and we can literally record it,
Yeah.
have content put on stream, and that way we can make a day out of it.
Yeah,
So
you can-
you guys can be literally part of it, not just people going to an event and just coming to see for signatures. That way we can do something. Like there was something I was going to do in the States before New York Comic Con, where we set up like a meet and greet, but also set up like an arcade of Street Fighter 4 and have fun and enjoy
that'd
the
be fun.
night,
Yeah,
do
that was-
giveaways and all that. That's something I want to do. And I think, it would have been amazing to do it in New York, but what better way than
Yeah, locals
celebrating
better.
it
in
your hometown,
yeah,
Melbourne.
There you go.
So yes to your question.
Next from Dan Dib Music. Would you ever live overseas if you haven't already? This is something that we kind of went over on our first episode, I believe, with Singapore and stuff, but just... if you
I'll
want to
say
get
it
into
again. Yes, I can live overseas, but home will always be home. Melbourne will always be home, because I've been here since 1992. No, wait. Even before that. Like, I think 1992. And it's always been home. So everywhere I go in the world, I always feel the need to come back. So I tried living, like I went to the States for 4 months so I can see how it is to live abroad and see if I can live that lifestyle and be in another country and see if I can work there. No problem. I can make friends there, no problem. But it's like you're always missing home, and I don't know how to explain it. It's like
I understand. Yeah.
you always feel empty, and that's wherever I go. And it's not only the family thing. I think you just create a bond where you are in life,
Yeah.
and where you suffered the most trauma, where you suffered the most,
Yeah.
where you lived the most, where you've found love, where you've made friends, where
It's your
bunch
life.
of your family's been
Yeah.
born there, and your nieces, your
It's
nephews.
legit your life. Yeah.
This is your life, and I can live overseas for long periods, and I can buy a house there and set up shop there, and travel, commute and travel back and forth. But to live forever somewhere else, there will have to be a significant reason
Yeah.
for me to change everything.
Same for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
From the salesman, if you were to pick one pop culture group to do artwork for, such as Marvel, DC, Star Wars, which one would you love to do more of, or even collaborate with?
I'm fortunate enough to have worked with all of them, and to work more with. I only say this because I haven't done many officially. I would say Star Wars to do officially. Yeah.
From D Sugar at Draw Art. How can I stand out from other big artists, considering like you as well? And how hard is it out there in studio works?
Well, to stand out is to have a certain style or a good style or even just like good work on a good body of work. Like you built up a portfolio well and truly enough. But to stand out, it takes work, it takes consistency, it takes patience. So you have to keep working, and like the right eyes will come onto your work, like they'll eventually see it. But consistency and not worrying about the question you're exactly asking is like, how can I stand out? You being consistent and working day in and day out as your own rival, just keep working and working and working. This is how you get noticed, because your work gets noticed. Your basically your passion for your work gets noticed, and just focusing on building your portfolio, focusing on building your style, focusing on building your like rep within the art world is what you're focusing on. It is what you should be focusing on. A lot of people get lost in the numbers, in the socials, in no one's noticing my work, I'm going to stop. This is the problem with a lot of people, especially now with a conversation that we can bring up later. But with AI, a lot of people have dropped art in general because they feel like that content being out there and getting a lot of likes and shares and stuff kind of diminishes what they're doing, and it doesn't. What diminishes what you're doing is you stopping.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing and you will get noticed. Just do, like, if you want to do like keep producing the art you want, and there's always a market for what you do. It's like a lot of people do comic book work. They don't even like comic books, but they do comic book work because they think that's the niche everyone's looking at. That's not the case. There's a market for everything. So whatever you're doing, just focus on that, focus on your work, focus on your drive, and you'll be great.
Next, this fan, Bosslogic Jr. asks, I've seen a lot of hate from people. How do you handle that pressure, and what keeps you late at night to keep improving and crafting your creativity to this point?
Do not focus on people hating, because they're always going to hate no matter how good you get, no matter how far you get, no matter how high you get, they're still going to hate you. I've noticed in my life and my career, people hate me for no reason. And if I continue to focus on them, I focus less on the people that are appreciating me, and I focus less on the people that are actually trying and get inspired by me. Imagine avoiding comments that are like, you mean the world to me and you inspire me every day, just to fight with someone that's saying you're trash.
Yeah.
You give him the energy or her the energy, or them, like you give them the energy, and it's like the problem being is like you hear their voice so much louder than the people that are being genuinely good to you.
Yeah.
So if you focus on the hate, you're just you're not only seeing that comment, you're replying to that comment, you're giving an algorithm to that comment. So why do it? If you want, just delete the comment, block the comment, ignore the comment. You don't need to live in a world of just focus on you and the positive. I know it's harder than it sounds, and trust me, I've been there, but it gets easier with time. You kind of get numb to the hate.
And you ignoring it gets them angry the most. I promise you. They will, if you do not acknowledge what they say at all, that's what gets them angry. I promise you.
Also, there's a dope feature on Instagram. It's called restrict. You don't have to block these people. You don't have to do anything. You put it on restrict, and they'll be commenting and fighting everyone, not knowing that their comments are not going through. The only person that can see it is you, and you have to unhide it. So basically, they're kind of muted to everyone while they're thinking they're talking to everyone.
Yeah.
So restrict feature is top tier feature.
Next, we have a question a few people asked, so I'll kind of put them together. But from Guzmanero and Mr. Sanchez, they asked, have you ever considered teaching a class of sorts and take on some students and who want to learn graphic designs and you'll follow your footsteps?
That's that falls back on the public speaking topic that we had. The only reason I haven't taught anyone or, publicly or, been in front of a class is because of that reason. My anxiety beats me up, and like I've lost every single like war that I've had with that every time I try to do it. But it's getting better these days. And not only that, it's like Adobe reached out to me recently about doing a talk and teaching people in the digital art world like to follow in my footsteps, and how I got over basically anxiety and all that sort of stuff. So I think that could help. So one step at a time, I think I will do this Adobe talk. And from then, as I grow, definitely would love to teach. And not only, I don't want to teach like software related stuff. I would rather, I can teach you what I do for work, and structure wise, blueprint wise, and how my workflow is. That's all well and good, but I think the hardest part of what I do and stuff is the whole emotionally driven stuff. I think that's important stuff that we have to dive in, and I know a lot of artists out there also put themselves in a shell because of it. So I think we dive into that, and we dive into the more personal stuff, and I look forward to actually opening up this question that they're talking about.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that has been something he's been talked about for a long time, to do that as well, like this as well. This is obviously, we've started this, we're getting used to it slowly.
It's all steps.
That's something, it's all steps. We'll get there eventually, hopefully. But yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to that. So we got next from Martin. They ask, how do you deal with creative blocks?
Creative blocks. Literally, I know a lot of people say it, and a lot of people like it's cliche, but literally it's step back. Creative block is when I feel like it's when you're too close. No one's ever put it that way. It's like, it's when you're too close to the subject. That's when you get blocked. You need to step back and look at the whole picture. Even if it takes a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, go back, go out, see the sun, see the world, travel. I know some people might be on deadlines when they have a creative block, but even if it's a couple of days, it's literally step back, because you need to widen your perspective. You need to see it with fresh eyes. That's the problem that's happening. So for me, every time I have a creative block, I'm too close. And you get closer and closer the more you spend hours on a project or on a single thing that you're doing. Like say you spend 18 hours on it, 20 hours on it. Your eye, your focal, your everything is closer to it. You're getting too close and you can't see the detail and you don't know what to do. And it's like the canvas becomes overshadows you, and you get worried, you get paranoid, you get overwhelmed. It's like, just step back and breathe. That's what, for me, it works anyway. Hopefully it works for you.
We've got from Ryan's Moorman. Your concepts are always super clever. Do you just have insights come to you easily, or do you spend a lot of time brainstorming and testing ideas?
For the creative stuff, sometimes I just think about it straight away, what looks cool, and like what's a smart way to do something or portray a message. It comes easier when it's kind of like it rhymes or it's kind of like a pun or something. Yeah. Whenever it's a pun, it's funny. Yeah. I love puns, and it's like I can make something creative out of it. But for me, it's like that's a skill I'm fortunate enough to have, and you kind of need it for this world, to be creative, and like not only be creative but be fast creative and be able to execute it fast. And that's what happens. So when I think about something, I'm like, something came out and I'll be like, how can I make this funny? How can I make this clever? And I'll be thinking about it for like hours on end, and then thankfully something pops up and I execute it.
Same for like movie announcements as well. Like who would be the best for the role as well. You've done stuff like that too.
AI took that job, so
Well, it was good. While it lasted.
it was good while it lasted.
Yeah.
AI, like you can just tell it to make Ryan Reynolds Aquaman. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know personally who would fit that role though. Like you would imagine it in your head. Like for example, Henry Cavill. Like in
I'd like to think I know. So
yeah.
I'm glad people do.
And most of
enjoy-
them do. A lot of people agree with you from what I've seen. Yeah, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to be mixing two questions. We got from T800 Ruben and from Ali Abdo.
Yeah.
Who's a guest you would like to have on the podcast? One living and one who has passed. And as well, who would your top 5 guests that you'd want on the podcast be?
This is a thinker. Huh?
That's a hard
Yeah, you
one.
got to think about
That's
this.
so
one.
hard. Well, obviously, like Ryan Reynolds, Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
That would be
cool.
That would be some.
I don't know.
This is like the hardest question.
Yeah, it is. I knew straight away. I knew he's going to be.
especially
It's a
the,
thinker. This one.
especially the deaf one.
Yeah, the one in the living, one in the past. Yeah, it's a bit tough. I mean, you can come back to it if you want.
Tupac would be awesome, but I think it would be
Yeah,
awesome.
maybe it could be.
Imagine having Tupac and Biggie.
Oh, that would be so sick. And
No,
they're probably their
Would
chemistry
it
would
Would it be? I don't know.
be their chemistry would be sick. Surely.
Towards
No?
each other.
Oh, probably not. Actually, no.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, we'll get back to that one. Like
Yeah,
Henry
yeah.
Cavill, Ryan Reynolds. That's off the top of my head.
Who would you put as
Rachel,
number
Rachel
one?
McAdams.
Yeah,
But then I'll get weird.
yeah.
we'll
We'll both be nervous. To
We'll
be
just
honest.
be
I'll
like-
be so nervous.
We'll just be like quiet, just looking.
I'll just be admiring her so much.
yeah.
She's so pretty.
What about Shakira?
Shakira.
Get
Hips
Shakira.
don't lie. Why not?
Hipster. Shoot.
What did I say?
You know she would watch this, right? Hipster. I'm just saying.
Isn't that her thing?
Yes, that a thing?
What?
Hipster.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, hips don't lie.
Yeah.
It's like-
Is that not what her thing is in the song?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Here's a question that I've been wanting to ask. I kept an eye on it for you. Liquid Tea asks, does pineapple belong on pizza? If so, why are you wrong?
Okay. This one we had to answer.
Yeah.
There's so many takes, man, on this. Like, I hate this subject so much. It's so overplayed. But here's 2 things I want to say about this. If you guys have, like, burgers made out of, like, the bread is a donut, where they cut it up, a jam donut, and they make a burger out of it, you shouldn't be complaining about pineapple on pizza. That's one. Second thing, I think pizza, the pizza base is a canvas, right? And you're the artist. Whatever you put on it, yeah, is a work of art. So whatever you create on a pizza, that's the pizza. That's what it is. That, like, whatever you create, pizza base is a canvas, and you're gonna deny one pineapple on this canvas that you can put anything
It
on.
does belong on pizza. You can fight me all you want. I do not care. It does belong
He
on
works
pizza.
at a pizza store, guys.
I'm not even going to deny it. Pineapple does taste better on pizza. I don't even care what you say.
I would
Margarita
agree.
pizza tastes better with pineapple. I don't know if you've ever
So,
had shitty
wait,
margarita.
I have. It
Who do,
depends on my
who
mood.
do you work at? Look, where do you
Shout
work?
out Charlie's Pizzeria.
And yeah,
I got to shout out as well Henry Hurst's as well because it's the
where-
family
where-
business. as
where's Charlie's Pizzeria?
well. Shout out Take a Bite as well. But
Where's
sorry,
Charlie's Pizzeria?
Tullamarine.
Tullamarine.
Shout out
You
to
guys
them.
should go there. Keith should go there, try it out. Because
Yeah.
you say it's the greatest place in the world.
I know. Okay.
I don't believe you, but
I said I like their pizzas a lot. For their price, it's top tier. For their price.
for their price.
They have very good pizza for their price. I'm
Alright.
being honest.
Alright.
It's very good pizza. I enjoy it
If
personally.
you guys are in Melbourne, go try this place out.
Yes. Very nice.
Why am I
place.
looking in that direction? Anyway, there's
There's
no
so many
one.
cameras.
There's no one
Doesn't
there.
matter.
So does Henry Hurst Pizza. They do great.
Yeah, Henry Hurst. That's what I'm saying. After Henry Hurst, Take a Bite. Shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
All the family
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah, no one compares to Danny's Pizza. In
I
where
never
was
had-
it?
I never had.
Was it in? Where was Danny's?
That was in New York, wasn't it?
New York, but where?
Gosh, my mind's blanking. I
Why are
don't
we
know.
why are we blanking?
I never had it, so I can't even say anything.
How did we forget where Danny's was?
I'll find it for you.
Okay.
But yeah, well, I just enjoy their pizza personally. I don't know, but they do pineapple on pizza. So at Charlie's,
Yeah.
and I think Henry Hurst as well. But yeah,
This is the pineapple on pizza debate is like a dead war. It's like
It
People
does.
that-
It
people
tastes
that-
better with
People
pineapple.
that say
that's
that it doesn't belong on pizza, I'm pretty sure have still had pizza with pineapple. That's my opinion. That's my take.
That's what it is. They probably
Again,
had it with pineapple and they didn't like it.
Pizza is a art canvas that anybody can put whatever they want on it. So that's my take on it.
Genuinely, just pizza tastes better with pineapple, in my opinion. I don't know. Fight me. I don't care.
They will
It's
fight.
just it's just facts.
It wasn't in Queens.
It was Queens. I think
Yeah.
it was Queens. Yeah.
All right. So from Puck Heroes Art, any tips for artists like myself who would like to create art or posters for big studios like Disney and Warner Bros?
They want to create posters. Is that what you
Like,
said?
yeah, so do works for companies at,
I
of
think
that-
they want to do official work, like
Yeah.
to get called out by these companies to do work for them.
The way stuff for official work to be even approached to you, if you go back to that question I replied to a few questions back, where about consistency, it's that. It's like your portfolio is your power. And the more you work, the more you have. These companies are always on the lookout. You think they're not looking, but the marketing teams from like Disney, marketing teams from Warner Brothers, they're always on the lookout for artists. So if you have a massive portfolio and you're active and you're like constantly producing, you're creative, you also they also look for non-problematic people as well. So if you're like an asshole online and stuff, they won't approach you. They actually vet that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So be nice, be good. It doesn't cost anything to be a nice
Positive,
person.
yeah.
Create dope work and keep producing, man. And it's like, enjoy what you're doing. Your main focus should be your portfolio.
Yeah.
Build that shit.
A question from Grant Royce. What's a goal of yours that you hope to achieve in the future outside of art?
Outside of art?
Yes.
Main goal, like realistically, is what I've been doing now, health-wise. I want to be the best version of myself health-wise. That's my ultimate goal. That's why I've slowed down with work. That's my ultimate goal. And it's taken a lot out of me. Shout outs to Ali and Lan,
Shout outs to
Soul,
So
everyone that's helping me with this journey. And they're consistently pushing me to be better at it. But professionally, outside of art, I would love to produce and create movies, like making other people's IPs happen, bringing them off the ground and being part of that process, making my IP happen and creating it and making it bigger than it ever is. That's my professional goal. Like outside of art, creating a thing, creating an entity out of what I've manifested.
I think we'll go for about 2 or 3 more. So from Kryptons Inc., I am mostly
shout out
getting
Kryptons.
yeah, shout out Kryptons. I am mostly getting inspiration from your incredible works. How do you get so many ideas?
My brain doesn't stop. Like I get inspiration from a lot of things. Music, like I hear a line in a song, I get inspiration by that. I see a scene in the movie, I get inspiration for that. I travel and see the world, like see cityscapes, fog lights in New York, that misty scene that you have in the morning in New York, and you get that gloomy thing that inspires me. Everything is there to inspire you. And sure, I have those days where, as we were talking about the blocks, but you just have to rest, and inspiration doesn't go away. It just comes back in different forms. You just need to be able to harness it and make it into something.
From Spider Monkey, how was your experience from being a self-taught artist, making a fan art and getting to Hollywood and then working with big studios? And do you think you've gotten more recognition or being criticized more for breaking boundaries and doing stuff out of the box?
Firstly, shout out Spider Monkey. How you doing, bro?
Shout out Spider Monkey.
For me, I think I never expected to break into Hollywood. I never expected to get where I am these days. It's just, I think it was such an unconventional way. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's like I was just doing what I wanted to do, and the fact that what I wanted to do was what they're looking for was a coincidence, or did they just see what I was doing and it was working and they chose to pick it? I don't know how it happened, but I'm glad it happened. But the thing is, if you notice, I didn't change lanes. I kept doing what I did, hoping that if this is working, it's going to keep working. And thankfully it did, and inspired like a generation after me.
Once again, forgive me if I'm saying all these names wrong. I'm doing my best.
It's okay. You're gonna show their profile pictures and names as well. So
Hi Chamud asks, explain the evolution of your name, Bosslogic. Was it always that?
Shout out H.
No. So basically, back in the days when we were all gamer tags, it started off as like the boss, D boss, and all that sort of stuff. Like it started. Because I like Metal Gear Solid, obviously, so I like Big Boss. And after a while, when I became an artist, I started giving advice to people. And there was, I wish I remember who said it, but it's like someone said that's Bosslogic, what my advice was. And I kind of just stole the name from that guy.
Shout out
It's
that
like,
guy. Thank you.
Whoever that was.
Thank you for your service.
So this is how Bosslogic now exists.
Yeah, Bosslogic.
Yeah.
There you go. If you remember who you are, it's because of you.
That's amazing. All right, I think we'll do one more from Alex Andrews. Would you ever do a giveaway of a custom piece for your Facebook fans?
Yes, but not only Facebook fans, like the podcast fans. So if you, like, we've actually talked about this and we've actually been planning it. We've actually been doing some reworks and some comics and a whole bunch of stuff. So we're starting off with comics that I've created and I've done some reworks on. So if you're subscribed to the channel and you can like and comment and share the whole podcast, we're actually going to pick out random people week to week and give them some exclusives. So I'll show you some of the stuff.
Do you want whoever wants it to leave a comment down in the...
Trying not to...
So yeah, in this one, we got a whole bunch of stuff we're giving out. So
do I show 'em? Yeah.
Yeah, so subscribe to the channel.
You got...
Show that camera.
Page Punchers, Black Adam.
Daniel, show the camera that's looking at you, please. The camera that's looking at you, please.
This one, yeah?
Yes, the one. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you, Shady.
So what you need to do is subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, and we'll select a few of you guys for
Venom.
We'll be as fair as we can. We'll probably use like a generator or something. But
yeah, we'll do a generator to find it.
And you've got Dark Web, I think. I think I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah.
And the last but not least, you've got the Black Panther, which has
you say
an
these
M&M
are
bag in the
these
back.
all signed and remarked or just signed?
Most of them, I think the Black Adam one, we still haven't done it yet, but I'll remark it before we ship it out.
No, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and these are just the first iterations. We have a whole bunch of Flash. We have a whole bunch of Wonder Woman, and hopefully when the Wonder Vision comes in, I also got was the Venom part of that one?
Yeah. I'll show the Venom.
Yeah. So we'll have a whole bunch of exclusives as well, and later on we'll do some customs, maybe something unique for giveaways.
Yeah.
And if we do something with Popcultcha, like
I hope so. That'll be fun.
Officially or unofficially, I think people would like a statue one day. So
yeah. We were discussing, like, sometimes when we go to Popcultcha, we can kind of show what you've gotten on the podcast.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested in that, let us know. We might have like a little segment where we show off, like, hey, we got this, and
we got a fair bit yesterday, to be honest.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of stuff. It's like that's a couple K out the pocket for that one.
You're the most prized possessions.
He is. I was like so surprised, like, of him and the quality of the build.
We almost missed it. He was right at the top of the shelf and we didn't see it.
He was just sitting there, and now he's just sitting there now again.
Yeah, it's just so perfect. What do you think, Deadpool? Cool.
I do want to say one more time before we continue. Apologies to anyone we weren't able to get answers to your questions. We will be doing this more often, so hopefully we'll be able to get you next time.
If there was good ones, we can just snip it out for the next segment.
Yeah, I'll keep the questions asked from the most recent posts that we did
Yeah.
in like a document, so I can refer to them next time.
Thank you for your questions, guys. Love you.
We appreciate the questions. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
we do.
hopefully they were insightful. Hopefully they can
Yeah.
help you out. And honestly, if you need more help or you need to dive deeper into different questions, don't be scared to ask whatever you want.
But he'll answer anything. Nothing's off the table. Anything.
I'm pretty sure there's some stuff off the table, but
Obviously that are like clean questions. Yeah. Like you know what is a good question. And
like if
what's
you
not.
wanted to ask him how did the little D, what's its origins, he'll go
There
in,
is
he'll
no
go in
origins.
depth. He'll go in
There
depth.
is no,
it's
I
not
didn't even bring up
It's not
the origin.
it's not that deep. It's shallow waters. But go on.
Yeah. It's, okay.
Not necessarily a question from the fans that was asked, but I did want to bring this up because a few people were asking. Recently, he posted a video about Static Shock.
Yeah.
And that looked amazing. We were just
That
like,
thing was sick.
a few of us were curious. Is that how frequency is gonna kind of look like? Is it, and what is the direction of Static Shock? Are you allowed to talk about it a bit more?
This Static Shock, not talking too much about it, but it's like we wanted to test the grounds and what we can do in animation wise for a character that doesn't get much love and recognition these days, and we kind of wanted to like put a spotlight on this character.
Yeah.
And so I got with my team, we created some dope ass animations for it, and hopefully let's see where we put it out into the world to see the energy it brings back. So hopefully it does something. But as for frequency and how it will look, frequency the animation will kind of look like this, but will kind of be more refined, being that it's cell shaded as well. I keep mentioning Guilty Gear Strive to you guys. So if you look at Guilty Gear Strive, just look at the characters, how they look in it, and you kind of get a feel of how frequency is going to be. So,
Speaking of animations, because I want to bring this up every episode, we're getting further and further with Dragon Ball Kai. Is that how you pronounce it? Dragon Ball Z Kai or Dragon Ball Kai?
Dragon Ball, I think it's Dragon Ball Kai, right? It's not Z Kai, right?
We watched
Yeah.
more episodes this week. We're up to Frieza.
Namek Saga. You're up to
Namek
the
Saga. It's getting better and better, man. It's good.
Yeah, I can't
Very
wait till he
interesting.
actually sees Frieza and that fight.
Well, I've seen him, but not fighting yet. I saw his crew.
yeah.
But yeah, it's getting interesting. It's getting very good.
I just need him to watch the original transformation of Super Saiyan Goku instead of the Kai version. I don't like the Kai version, and I don't like the Kai speech he does after the
I
transformation.
can watch it before we watch the
It's
episode
just,
if you want.
it feels so bad to me.
You recommended to me, Kai.
No, Kai. I recommend Kai to you so you can run through the series without fillers. But it's like, honestly, if you were watching the original, you'd still be on Snake Way.
Really?
Yeah, he'll still be running. He'll still be running on it for like another 20 episodes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank. Shout out to Kai then. Vegeta's my favorite. Shout out Vegeta. I love Vegeta. It was Piccolo, but now it's
Vegeta's
Vegeta.
gonna grow on you, and I think you're gonna start liking Trunks. Knowing you, I think you'll start liking Trunks, and then Gohan for a bit, and then you'll go back to Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. I think that's what will happen.
We'll see how we go.
Yeah, because everyone in Cell Saga loved Gohan. Gohan in Cell Saga is just like, it's probably the best thing that happened in Dragon Ball.
Smash out more episodes then.
What happened to Dragon Ball Z Fighters?
Which one was that?
The fighting game. This is still.
Didn't it come
It
out?
used to be hype, and now no one plays it anymore.
No, when we went to PAX last year, I think that was the one they were playing on the big screen. Yeah, Shitty?
Yeah, but it's like
No, they were playing.
but it's not as hype as it.
No, there was a massive crowd there, man. Huge crowd. Unless it was because of they were doing giveaways, I don't know, but it was a very big crowd.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is gonna.
And they had a massive stage, massive arena for it.
Street Fighter 6 is gonna overshadow everyone. So yeah,
Well, yeah. Street Fighter.
get done.
The Street Fighter 6 booth there was a bit slow from what I saw.
Yeah, because they had like 4 units, and they had like a line, and everyone gets one game.
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh,
at,
yeah,
was it you with me in San Diego Comic Con? And was that where I played it?
Yeah, you played it in San Diego.
And I got like one game.
Yeah, you had like 1 or 2 games, and it was like a bunch of it was popular there.
Yeah, it's like I got like 1 or 2 games, and they're like, get out. I'm like, okay.
You were there for PAX Shed, yeah?
For PAX, yeah. Oh, I was in a couple PAXes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we went to compete.
Last year's one.
Daniel and I were really big on competing and gaming back in the day.
Yeah, but
see, that's the reason for this podcast. Like when we can do like a PAX edition of this, or we can do like a San Diego Comic-Con edition of this. That's like the cool thing about the podcast. And that way we can actually work with these guys and, you know, do some crazy dope stuff.
What do you mean by what do you mean by PAX edition?
Like that way we cover like all the games, like that, what we played and what we do and what we expect.
Like a vlogging experience thing, and we can talk about it a bit more.
Because that's what, like, I'm having a conversation about a podcast on a podcast, which is pretty weird. But that's what I want, like, for the podcast. I want to learn more than I talk. Does that make sense? Like when you have a guest, they teach you and you teach them. Yeah. It's always a teaching moment. It's kind of like why I like the Joe Rogan podcast, because you see him, he brings guests that with topics that he doesn't know too much about, but he learns from it. Yeah. That's what I want. Like you get people in different industries, say fitness industries, say people that know stuff about time travel, people that talk about cars, you know, drifting, that'll be sick. All that sort of cool stuff. And that's what we should do, and that's what we're going to do going forward.
Hopefully we go to the PAX this year too, and we'll see some of you guys there.
When is PAX?
Usually it's around, I think, September-ish, October maybe.
What's the hardest thing about these con circuits is being Australian. It's like, why the hell is Australia so far from everything?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I got no idea. It's like, to travel to America.
Why do they have to do it the exact same time?
If you got like a no layover flight, it's 16, was it like 14 or 16 hours?
To where exactly?
Was it 16 hours?
I think 16.
To Cali?
Yeah.
I think it's between 14 and 16.
14 and 16, yeah. So 14 and 16 hours.
That's a lot, man.
And it's like, you're just there and you're like drained and you have like, and when you want to think about flying back, it's like, you just hate your life. Yeah. Little known fact about me, I can't sleep on planes. So I'm up for 36 hours. Like from before the flight till then. And it's like I'm anxious the whole way. So you can just imagine how frustrating flights are for me. And that's what I have to always think about with traveling.
It's so bad to sleep next to him on the flights as well.
Dude, you fell asleep in a second. I hate you.
And so. whenever I sleep, he takes the worst photos of me just to bully me.
Then you got Shaddy. It's like, oh no, you slept, bro. You slept for an hour. I'm like, when? When did I sleep for an hour?
There was a moment on the flight where he fell asleep for about 20 minutes.
Bro,
I feel like it was a miracle.
His eyes, bro. He was just closing his eyes, preparing.
Literally, I blinked and he goes, I was asleep for 20 minutes. I'm like, why couldn't I just be knocked out for the whole trip?
I feel like, would you ever consider taking like the Steam Deck on the plane? Because I feel like that would entertain you for a while.
Of course, that's gonna change everything for flights, especially with its battery life and stuff. It's like, the battery life doesn't really matter because you can charge on the plane, but it's like, you have a whole list of games and like, I can clock, say Devil May Cry, and there goes half the flight. Yeah.
I remember that one of the ladies that was working on the plane, I remember he was ranting.
That was the worst.
Are you talking
about the drawing one?
Yeah, there was that one. Yeah, if you want to talk about that.
So my brother Sol told the stewardess that I get anxiety on planes. So I was drawing while I was on the plane, and she comes up to me. She goes, "Wow, you draw very good pictures. You're very good at this." I'm like, I'm not. I thought I was like 5. She goes, "Are you feeling better while you draw?" I'm like, what is happening?
Soul's the worst.
I'm like, what is happening?
I can see Soul dying on the side.
And then she walks away, and I'm still drawing. So she calls her friends, and they're like, "Look at him, he's drawing." I'm like, this is the worst day of my life. It's like, what are you doing? So I put from then I stopped drawing on planes. It traumatized me.
I was talking about the one because he was ranting after we got off the plane. He's like, the one time I finally got to sleep.
Oh yeah, there was this one time that I literally just fell asleep, and it was the first time ever sleeping on a plane. It was like first time ever, And like 15, 20 minutes in, she wakes me up. She goes, do you want us to wake you up like later on? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
He turned green, bro.
I'm like-
His eyes.
she woke me up 15 minutes. She goes, do you want us to wake you up in an hour or two for breakfast? I already tagged that I don't want to be woken up, but it's like she woke me up just to make sure. I'm like, that's it. I'm not sleeping again. It's like
my
that.
God.
And that was the end of that
He
story.
was he was so annoyed. I could remember.
I looked
was
at
dying
I looked
from
at Daniel and he
laughter.
was just like smiling at me.
I was dying from laughter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, on that note, we're gonna leave you guys to have fun with your day. You made our day.
Thank you.
We
guys.
always
love
appreciate
you
it.
guys so much.
Hopefully you can tune in next week. I know we told you that we are gonna bring a guest this week, but this guest had prior engagements as well, so it's really hard to get guests,
Yeah,
like
it is.
especially from overseas, to come to Australia
You don't
to do
realize till
stuff.
you're actually trying to do it. It's, yeah.
It's like you start realizing
It's so
you're
busy as
you
well,
start
like-
realizing you're in Australia when,
Yeah.
when you're trying to plan out stuff. But we will, and we'll have some dope stuff coming for you guys, and hopefully you evolve with us. Appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
I was gonna say we will definitely tell you guys about the premiere and how that goes.
If you guys are at the premiere, make sure you come past and see us.
Yeah, please. That'll
We'd
be
love
sick.
to talk and say what's up
My name is Daniel, by the way.
Little
But
D. Little
just
D will be
Daniel.
there.
No.
in all his
Hi,
glory.
Daniel. Okay.
And yeah, so come see us. And Paul Rudd, if you watch this podcast, I'll see you there.
Love you guys.
I doubt he watches. All right. Peace out. While I was trying to talk about those personal questions, I almost cracked up 4 times. This guy's like, he's
Who?
like
Shady?
on his nipple. He's like,
Me or Shady?
Shady. I'm looking at this camera and he's like, I'm like, please stop. The guy's asking a sad question and Shady's like,
That was good though.